On this week's video, we're going to be doing some much needed upgrades here in the shop. If you missed last week's video, we went ahead and flipped these 3 dressers in order to fund this project. These are actually all pending pickup, so we're going to be moving them up to the house for the buyers to pick them up. But in the meantime, we need to clean out this pole barn because there's stuff everywhere, so let's get to it. All right, so I may have hit on it, but this pole barn is roughly 1,750 square feet, give or take. And I built this platform when we first bought the house, and it served its purpose. I mean, we have, our table saw and our outfeed table. We have a miter saw station over here, joiner, planer, router table, as well as bandsaw and a drill press right over there. So we have, all of the tools I think we'll need. We really don't have that much space over here though. They kind of take up a lot of room. We only have this section here. It's a complete mess because we're working on the floor. I moved everything to this side. But really this is the only surface where we can assemble cabinets or tables or whatever we're working on. We just need to expand and get a little bit more work surface. So if you can see that black line, that's how far out we're going to go. It's about 12 more feet. And then over here, if that black line continued, and we're going to go all the way up to the back wall like this floor is. So the work area is going to be about 1,200 square feet, which is definitely a welcomed improvement. So right now what I need to do is I need to get that old little platform, need to get that removed, move this table, and we'll start setting our rim joist onto the existing slab over there that we can then build off of. So a lot of work, so let's get to it. One thing when doing this, don't forget your safety squints. All right, a very overlooked step, we got that already, is the plastic. So we're going with the 4mm plastic sheeting, and we're gonna put it under, probably up to this black iron. We'll overlap it a little bit like we did over here. But we're gonna put out our plastic now, and what that's gonna do is it's gonna keep the moisture that's in the ground from coming up into our floor. So as you can see, all up here, this is all bone dry, but if I come and lift this plastic up, not sure if you can see that, but there's moisture under here. This gravel is a little bit damp. So what this plastic does is it keeps all that moisture underneath, not touching our wood, which is why, I know some of you probably already noticed, we're not using womanized or pressure treated lumber. It saved us a bunch of money. And B, we're putting down this vapor barrier, so there's very little, if any, water underneath, or moisture I should say, underneath this floor, because it's all being held underneath that plastic. So by the time this non-pressure treated lumber would rot or fail, I'll be retired. So I'm not worried about it. Saved us a couple $100. So something I can live with. So let's put this plastic down, and then we can just get started framing our floor just the same way you would frame a wall. So here we go. Okay, as seen in the time lapse, all of our plastic is down for this section. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do this section, then we're gonna come back and do this section after this. So all the plastic is down. Next thing we need to do is crown all of our boards. So what that means is if we look down the length of the board, and I'm not sure if you guys can, if the camera's picking it up, but this board goes slightly like this, ever so slightly. So what we want is we want to have the top being on the top side of the floor. So we're going to draw an arrow like this. So this side has the top side, it goes slightly like this. So that's going to be our board. So that side's going to be up. All right, if I haven't mentioned it, we're using the Metabo framing nailer, and I got some 3 1/4 inch framing nails. So we got all of our joists laid out roughly. We got our rim joist over there. We're gonna move that other one down here. And now's the easy part. We just gotta shoot. I'm gonna put 3 nails in each end, right on our marks, right on our center line. All right, so we got obviously the main section of this piece over here completed. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our framing nailer and that scrap piece of 3/4 plywood over there, and we're going to level off that end of the floor using that template. So that is going to make sure, obviously, once we put the 3/4 plywood on, that our floor surface is exactly level with that one. So there's no lip or trip hazard or anything like that. So again, we're going to go over there, start shooting that section into that floor and connecting them permanently. We're only going to do a couple just to hold it in the meantime. Then we're going to come over here and level this end to make sure our entire floor is level from this end all the way to that floor over there. All right, our floor is done. All of our joists, that is. So all of our floor joists are in. All the way to that side. Like, again, we're gonna put the plywood down over here, move all of that stuff onto the new floor, and then finish the floor over there. Again, all the joists are in. We got all of the blocking in, tying all of our joists together. And then we have all of our pieces under here shimming the floor. That way there's no sag when we start to put tables and wood and all that stuff onto the floor. So let's get started putting this plywood down, and let's see how this floor takes shape. All right, this section is complete. So this is, again, the biggest section we'll be doing, obviously down there, all the way to the other side of the pole barn. So this is done. We need to get this blown off and then get it painted. I could sweep it, but I'm gonna use my leaf blower, a lot easier. So I'm gonna blow the dust all over my lawnmower and everything that's sitting over there. Gonna get this painted, and then like I said earlier in the video, we're gonna move all of that stuff onto the new floor to free up that space for us to finish that floor. So let's get to cleaning this floor off and laying down some paint. She my little boo thing. we have made great progress. This side is complete, got the first coat of paint. Onto this section, as you guys just seen in that time lapse, we got this all framed up. So all of our floor joists are in, all of our blocking, tying our joists together so there's no sag or sway. And then all of these shims in as well, making sure that this floor doesn't fluctuate when we start to put tables or tools or things like that on top of it. So let's continue putting down this plywood subfloor, tongue and groove, and then let's get a coat of paint on this, give the entire floor a second coat, and then we're finished. So here we go. Just saw, we got all of the plywood subfloor laid down and 2 coats of that floor paint on the entire floor. Back here in this back corner, we got all of those shelves removed that had all the clutter on them. We ended up just organizing in a couple generic buckets, right? Plumbing, tile, electrical, and so on. Those are the free cabinets we got off Marketplace. So I installed those, put just a plywood worktop just to give us another work surface in addition to the rest of them, and a bunch of storage down below. Also moved up the toolbox. It was over on the other side of the shop in the gravel. Obviously gives us easy access and some additional storage. Did shuffle around the drill press to make room for those upper cabinets on the other side. And we clearly still have a ton of organization that we need to do. Still stuff everywhere. Not entirely sure where everything should go just yet. It's just one of those things that kind of works itself out. Everything kind of finds its home when I start, working and actually building things again. That is going to do it though for the shop floor expansion video. Make sure you guys are subscribed, like the video, comment down below anything cool you want to see on the channel. If it's cool, we'll probably build it. We have new videos every week. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it very much, and we'll see you back here next week.